So, other questions. Did I watch last night's card? Yeah, I was traveling back with my wife. I missed most of it. I saw the last two. I saw the Cerrone Price fight, and I saw the Colby Covington Woodley fight. Both of those fights were great. Man, I feel for Cowboy. I want to see that dude get a win. I think Cowboy is one of the best dudes to ever grace the octagon, and hope we see more of him. Hope he gets back to his winning ways and keeps getting after it. Colby Covington looked great against my man, big brother Tyron Woodley. Hate to see Tyron get injured like that, but I'm glad Tyron let his hands go a little bit more than he normally does, so I was happy to see that. What weight do I walk around during fight week? During fight week, I usually get it down pretty good. You know, as you guys see, today's Sunday. It's supposed to be the day off. Didn't have any practices, but I still put 4 miles in. I like to stay lean. I like to eat correctly. I like to supplement perfectly. I like to get good rest. Make sure my cortisol levels and all that stuff is where it needs to be. So for me, if I got 6 months between a fight, it's no problem for me to get up to 185, 190. If I have an injury, it's definitely easy to do that. But I don't carry a lot of body fat. I don't carry a lot of extra body weight because I'm constantly working out, putting in 2-a-days between training camps, making sure I'm eating right and supplementing correctly. So fight week, I like to hover around 170, which is 15 pounds over, and that's me with usually almost 2 gallons of water in me per day. So that's where I'm at. Top 3 opponent, I don't know what that means. My top 3 opponents who I would like to fight would be Khabib, Gaethje, Conor. Those are the 1, 2, and 3 guys in the world. Poirier, Ferguson, both of those guys, I know they were already kind of booked and looking forward to fighting each other. And that's kind of where the rub is right now. So any of those guys, I'd love to fight any of those guys. As I told Dana, I said, listen, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. I'm here to be thrown into the mix right away. I believe I'm the best lightweight in the world. Either I am who I say I am or I'm not. We can find out pretty quickly by me fighting those guys. So would I fight Colby? Yeah, of course I'd fight Colby. I think Colby's got a great gas tank. I think Colby's got a great style. I think Colby's a great fighter. I think his antics on the mic a lot of people don't like, but I think as a fighter, as an athlete, as a competitor, you have to respect him. He's definitely a bigger body. He's a tall guy. He's a long guy. As I saw him stand across the face-off from Tyron, he was definitely a solid 2 inches taller than him. I'm about Tyron's height. So he's definitely a little bit taller, definitely a bigger guy. I am definitely a 155-pounder. It's funny, too, because I see a lot of people say, would you ever drop to 145? And I got other fighters saying I'm too small, and then I got other people saying, man, you should go up to 170 and fight 170. So I don't think people quite understand. It's really hard to understand the size of the athlete, the size of the person whenever you just see him on TV. You got to see him in person. So we shall see. It's an interesting question. How many calories do I eat? So when I think about my training, I have a meal prep company called MegaFit Meals. Each meal is between 400 and 500 calories. For breakfast, I'm eating a couple eggs, avocado, and some greens, maybe a protein shake. I'm doing 2 protein shakes a day, and really just eating whole foods. A lot of chicken, ground beef, ground turkey, ground bison, mixed with cauliflower, broccoli, sweet potato, Brussels sprouts, and those are kind of the vegetables that I stick to. And then I get my protein shakes, and usually hitting right at about 2,000 calories a day, and not because that's what the recommended FDA recommendation is. That's just where I feel good, where I know I'm burning that many, and I can continue to slowly lose the fat, slowly bring my body composition down until fight week. So for me, it's 12 weeks of dieting, 12 weeks of supplementing, and that's how I can make 155 relatively. I don't say easy, but it's always tough. But the weight cut doesn't start on fight week. The weight cut starts 12 weeks before. The weight cut starts 8 weeks before. And that's how I end up making weight every single time. And I've never missed weight in my entire life. So not in wrestling hundreds of times and not in fighting 26 times. So it's a good question. Which is more dangerous, Tony or Dustin? Think about dangerous, I would say Tony, because I think Tony, they're both, number one, let's start with who they both are, what they have in common. They're both really great competitors. They're both really tough. They're both really durable. They're both really, Dustin's a lot more technical and a lot more volume punching, whereas Tony is a lot more war of attrition, hit you with some weird stuff, take your best shots, instill fear and doubt in you, and then in the later rounds, he is able to put it on guys and beat guys. Whereas Dustin is more of a volume puncher, crisp boxing, less kicks, less weird stuff, more basic. You're getting a lot more basic stuff with Dustin. So when you talk about dangerous, I would say Tony, and that's no disrespect to Dustin. I think Dustin is a really great competitor. He's more brilliant with the basics, and I think it's easier to fight a guy who's brilliant with the basics than a guy who's somewhat of a wild card. You know, Tony Ferguson is an absolute wild card. He's an absolute nut inside the cage, and as you saw in the Gaethje fight, you really have to separate him from consciousness. He still didn't even really separate him from consciousness completely, and that was the only way to possibly beat a guy like Tony Ferguson. So I like both of those fights. I would love either of those fights. I would love for either of those fights to take place anytime soon, October 24th, or anytime down the line. So we'll see what happens. Man, you guys were throwing in some great questions. Thank you. Thoughts on hemp protein? I'm actually not a hemp protein guy. I've always just been a whey guy. I'm going to continue. That's been one thing that I've continued to do my entire career is I make a living with my body, my brain, my body, how it performs. So constantly working on new science, looking at new things, looking at new ways to maximize the body that God has given me. And hemp protein is not something that I've really looked into. I've just been a whey guy, maybe a casein guy. I've never been a plant protein guy, but so sorry, but the answer is I don't really have any information on that. What is your game plan if you're going to fight Khabib? So, game plan if I fight Khabib, I think I'm a better wrestler than he is, and that's not to disrespect his wrestling. I think he is shown to be the most dominant wrestler in mixed martial arts, the most dominant wrestler in the world. What he does to guys, the way he's able to come forward with reckless abandon, grab you, push you up against the cage, pick you up, put you down, and put you in the Dagestani handcuff, full mount, side guard, crucifix, half guard, or in your guard. The guy's dangerous everywhere. And not only is he dangerous, he is hard to get away from, at least for the guys that he has fought. I will say, he's never, to my knowledge, he's never fought a high-level Division I wrestler. To my knowledge, I don't think he's fought anybody who is a Division I wrestling All-American. There's just a different breed out there. There's a different breed between a high school wrestler who got into mixed martial arts and stopped doing wrestling many years ago, and a guy like myself who was a Division I wrestling All-American, wrestling Jordan Burroughs, wrestling Mike Poeta, Jordan Lean, some of the best wrestlers in NCAA history. I All-American in probably the best wrestling bracket of all time with Jordan Burroughs, Mike Poeta, Jordan Lean, Gregor Gillespie, Michaelchandler, Matt Moley, Chase Pammy, and J.P. O'Connor. That was our top 8. That was our All-Americans. That was, I think, 3 national champions. Every single one of them was a multiple-time All-American. No, I'm sorry. 2, 3. Yeah, 4 national champions. And every single one of them was a multiple-time All-American. So, I digress. The game plan against Khabib, he's not going to take me down, I don't think. If he does take me down, he's not going to be able to hold me down. I'm going to be able to take him down, unlike everybody else who's been able to fight him. And as we saw in the Khabib versus Al Iaquinta fight, when he can't take you down, he starts to resort to a little bit of sporadicism, a little bit of he gets off of his game, a little bit of seeds of doubt get planted in his head because he knows he doesn't have great striking. He knows his ability to win the fight is predicated on him being able to get in your face, put you up against the cage, pick you up, put you down, and hold you down. So that's the game plan. Don't get taken down, but that's everybody's game plan. So I'm going to sit here and tell you I'm not going to get taken down. You guys won't be able to see it until possibly October 24th or somewhere down the line, because I will be fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov for the title in the near future. Get ready for it. Hey, Mike, if we don't see you at UFC 254, when will we see you again in the octagon? So that's a good question. I don't know. You could see me in Abu Dhabi at UFC 254. I will be there. I will be making weight. I will be showing up. I will be doing all the fight week stuff. I will be in the mix. So we will see. I already told Dana. I've already talked to him and said, I'm grateful for this opportunity. I wouldn't be afraid to fight by the end of 2020. I wouldn't be afraid to fight right at the beginning of 2021, and I wouldn't be afraid to also hold out for the that title shot against Khabib or Gaethje, whoever wins the fight, or go out there and fight the loser of the main event, fight the winner of Ferguson Poirier if they end up fighting, or fight Poirier or Ferguson on 254. There's a lot of different ways this whole thing could play out. All I know is I'm going to stay ready. I'm going to stay ready for UFC 254. I'm going to stay ready for Abu Dhabi Fight Island. I'm excited about that. To be able to go out there and get acquainted with the new UFC, the new promotion. You guys who have been following me on here for a long time, you guys know I've been fighting for Bellator for 10 years. I've been fighting for 11 years. I've gone through 26 fight weeks, but I've never gone through a UFC fight week. I've never gone through a Fight Island fight week. Never gone through a fight week. I fought in Japan before, so I've fought across the world, but I've only done it once. So, I'm interested and excited to go across the world, across the globe to Abu Dhabi and go to Yas Island and make the walk, make the weight cut, do all the fight week stuff, meet everybody. My phone's been, blowing up with all the new UFC, employees and staff calling me, getting acquainted, from PR to communications to videography. The UFC film crew is coming down here tomorrow, so we'll be filming some stuff the next 2 days. It's an exciting time for me. So we're going to see how it all plays out. I got a great relationship with the UFC. They obviously believe in me. They believe in what I bring to the table. They believe in my skill set. And they've seen it for many years, and they knew I was going to be here eventually, and I knew I was going to be here eventually, so now we get to finally see it. So I'm ready for anything. What is your motivation to keep training and fighting over and over and again? Man, this is a great question, because I get it all the time, because you guys who are new on here maybe haven't seen me, the way I live my life, the passion by which I speak, the passion by which I live my life, the dedication that I give to my craft, the love and passion that I give to my family. For me, I wake up every single morning and I thank God for the opportunity to have two capable arms and two capable legs to be able to go out in front of millions of people and do something really, really cool. Do something really, really great, something really, really impactful. And when I wake up in the morning and I make my gratitude list, or I go over my gratitude list, there's so many things on it that I am so extremely grateful for. And a lot of them are you guys. A lot of them are the heartbeats that I'm able to touch through this beautiful gift that I've been given called athletics. I've been nothing but an athlete since I was 14 years old, wrestled in high school, wrestled in college, and now I've fought for 11 years. So I've done nothing but beat my body down and build it back up. So if there's ever a guy who needs to constantly look for motivation or constantly look for ways to find the silver lining in things, it's me. But at the end of it, I always go back to gratitude, because my gratitude fuels my passion, and my passion fuels my training, and my training fuels my fight style. And my fight style has afforded me and my family an amazing living, an amazing opportunity to touch a lot of people. And I just appreciate all you guys who are new on here. I appreciate all you guys who have been there since day one. And I promise you guys the best is yet to come, and I promise you guys you're going to get a lot of value out of this follow, out of this channel, out of Instagram, out of my social media. By the way, when it comes to, let me see, when it comes to, let me pin something real quick. Unsung Grinders. UnsungGrinders.com. When it comes to motivation, if you guys go to UnsungGrinders.com, I have a free 14-day mindset booklet that I wrote during quarantine. I sat down in front of my computer desk for 2 days straight, and I thought to myself, what can I do? What can I do for all the people who have followed me on here, all the people who I've touched or they've touched me with? I'll give back to them, and I came up with a 14-day mindset booklet. You're supposed to read it like a devotional. Day one, you read day one, do the action steps. I have a phone number on there you can text me at, so we can talk back and forth about it. It might take me a little while to get back to you because there's a lot of them coming in right now. But it's 14 days. It's a free PDF. You put in your information, it gets sent to you, and you can read it. And it's 14 days straight of getting bulletproof in your mind, so you can make savage your body. Bulletproof the mind so you can make savage the body. So all you athletes on here, I highly recommend it. For anybody who's just going through a tough time or you're looking for extra motivation, obviously I am, biased, but I think it's a pretty well thought out, well put together little booklet. So my phone's about to die because I traveled all day. So I'm gonna take one or two more questions and then be over and out. What do I want to achieve in the UFC? Honestly, I just want to achieve what I've wanted to achieve since day one. I want to go out there and I want to fight with so much passion, so much joy, so much tenacity that every single one of you guys who are watching, every single one of your friends and family members and close inner circle that are watching, see the masterpiece that I'm painting. And because I'm able to go through the ups and downs, the constant setbacks of this sport that we call mixed martial arts, that you and the people around you can be inspired and be motivated. That's all I want to do. Now it's just a different promotion. Bigger promotion, bigger hoopla, bigger reach, bigger platform, and I'm excited to be able to go out there and do it. Hopefully live on pay-per-view October 24th. What if I fight Justin? What would the game plan be? Great question, and we'll finish with this. So Justin Gaethje, I said it, and you're gonna learn about me pretty quick. I'm not here to throw shade. If I respect the guy and I think a guy did a really great job, I'm gonna call it out. I think Justin Gaethje looked like the best lightweight on the entire planet the night that he fought Tony Ferguson in May. He was calm, he was composed, he was smart, he was sharp. He was throwing combinations, trying to take Tony's head off, but he never got overzealous. He got dropped in the second round, went back to the corner, came back, still stayed composed. He fought like the best lightweight in the entire planet on that night. So the game plan would be keep my hands up, keep my chin tucked, get into a fist fight with him. I think I can match his cardio step for step. I think I have more power than he has. I think I can string together the wrestling and the grappling and the striking better than he can. And I think it's going to be, it will be the best fight possibly in UFC history when me and Justin Gaethje step into the cage, and we will step into the cage together. I don't know if it's going to be for an interim title. I don't know if it's going to be for a number one contender spot. I don't know if it's just going to be main event on ESPN at some point down the road. I don't know when it's going to be because, like I said, I just signed with the organization, and we got some plans, and we'll see what comes to fruition. So, with that, I just want to say I appreciate you guys. As I said, my phone's about to die. I'm here in beautiful Florida. Got a big week coming up. Just remember, do something this week that gets you outside of your comfort zone, because life is found. The life that you always wanted, the life that you want to achieve is found outside, on the outskirts of your comfort zone. Don't stay inside your comfort zone. Get out there, do something that scares you this week. I appreciate you guys.